17 to go on the shot clock, play clock.
Basketball season.
Yep. Been seeing basketball commercials. Jeffers in the pocket, has time, has a man, has Corey Phillips, has him at the 5, has him for 6. Corey Phillips absolutely going right up that seam, and there wasn't a Gibbs Eagle to be found for our first State Farm agent Lynn Ray touchdown of the playoff.
Jay, was a really nice touch pass there, too, by Jeffers. He had just enough float on that ball for Corey Phillips to be able to get up underneath it and be the only guy that can get anywhere near it.
Jeffers will hand it off to Cordell. He goes in the middle, off left-hand side, spins off a tackle, gets in the end zone for 6. Little Paul Cordell just driving those legs, and Campbell County goes 96 yards for a State Farm agent Lynn Ray touchdown.
Jay, I want to have huge credit there for Campbell County's guards and center play. Really nice pull out there to seal off the defensive end, and that gave Cordell plenty of room to get upfield.
Rosas on to kick. Gibbs jumping, and we've got whistles. And it's turnabout fair play here in the second go-around, as that was a 6-minute and 50-second 16-play drive. Welcome back into Jacksboro, where the score is 13-0. The Campbell County High School Marching Band tonight is performing a tribute to a young man and fallen member that, frankly, we lost too soon. Ethan Napier, a CCHS student, passed away earlier this week. I had the pleasure of personally knowing Ethan, working with his mother, and he was a young man that faced every challenge in his life head-on with vitality and a boldness that we should all hope to emulate. And he was, quite simply, his mother's world. We at WTNQ-FM mourn her and this community's loss. Ethan Napier was just 14 years old. This is Cougar football on WTNQ-FM 104.9. Man in motion is Wilson. He will come all the way. They will pitch it out to Joyner, and he drops the football. And who gets on it? Who gets on it? Who gets on it? Campbell County gets on it. So, Gibbs' first drive of the second half is all for naught as they drop the pitch and Campbell County picks up their first turnover.
Gibbs did a nice job of stopping that. That says a lot for Gibbs' defensive line because no one has ever stopped that.
And on this play, if you just step back and threw a fade, there would be nobody even around it. Same formation for Campbell County. Low snap. This time he gets off left-hand side. This time he gets in for 6. Nick Bailey, not to be denied on the third attempt, goes in for our third State Farm agent Lynn Ray touchdown of the night to put Campbell County up by a score of 20-0. Homestanding Cougars up 20-0. Shift in the defensive line for Campbell County. Booth back to pass. Plants his foot and throws it into the intercepted Campbell County at the 45-yard line. It is Joseph Elkins on the turnover, and he was just waiting on that one, as that's the same pass they've thrown over and over and over again, and Elkins was there waiting on that one. 3 receivers down to the bottom, 1 up to the top. Jeffers stepping up, has time. Will hit Elkins on the drag route. Elkins has nobody around. Elkins is in there for 6. Wonderful play on the part of Ethan Jeffers as he just stood up, and stepped up in the pocket and hit the drag route for a State Farm agent Lynn Ray touchdown, and that one is all Jeffers and Elkins, as that was a check down touchdown. Setting up shop on the 12-yard line, 2 receivers up to the top, 2 down to the bottom. Cordell now coming off to Jeffers' left-hand side. He is the man they'll hand it to. He gets off left-hand side, breaks a host of tackles, gets down inside, 4, 6. Touchdown! Paul Cordell not to be denied on that run, and it's been number 21's night. Three receivers up to the top, one down to the bottom. They have it on the Gibbs 39-yard line. Paul Cordell off to the right-hand side. Now he'll come over to the left-hand side. Snap, they will hand it. Nope, fake the handoff to him. Jeffers steps up in the pocket going deep downfield. Got a man. It's complete. Right in stride. You hear the reaction. That's Trey Torres, 4-6. Miracles happen every day.
Miracles do happen every day. They really do.
13 seconds left to go here. Oh, by the way, I should mention he's done a great job getting, the Xfinity for my brother and for my mom and my dad. So it's not like he's not doing his job.
He's doing a fantastic job, Jason.
I've never had anybody put cable in my house better.
Victory.
And they will come out in the victory formation. And as they do, the clock will tick down and tick away. Campbell County wins and advances for the very first time in their 38-year history, defeating the Gibbs Eagles by a score of 41-7. They'll get West next week. Thank you, Frank. We are sitting with the undefeated in the playoffs head coach, Justin Price. Coach, it was a second half where basically your defense just dominated. You had 4 straight possessions with turnovers that you turned into touchdowns, and then another turnover on downs for Gibbs. So you couldn't be more happier with your defense tonight.
Yeah, that was one thing when we first dropped Gibbs in the playoffs, that we didn't play their offense very well last time. But we knew if we come out and played disciplined and gave good effort and attacked their offense instead of sitting back waiting on it, that we would do some good things. And the first half they played really well, but the second half Matt challenged them. He said, guys, don't play at the level that we know how to play. You come out in the second half, make a statement, and that third quarter was good for our whole football team, defensively and offensively. Well,
Jamie and I were joking around a little bit in the second half. We were wondering if you had fallen and hit your head this week or something, because you actually ran the football a little bit in the second half.
Well, the way Gibbs was playing us, they were having their defensive linemen kind of stand up and walk around and, really trying to just get to the quarterback. Yeah. And we had put in a few little wrinkles on our running play that, when they're standing up, it's easy to block those guys. We got up underneath them, and we just talked to Paul all week about hitting it as fast as he could downhill, and he was able to squeak through there a few times, which I think wind up opening up a few more passing lanes for us.
It's been a season of firsts. It seems like every week we've got a laundry list of, hey, that's another first for us, but this was the very first playoff win in Campbell County history. That's got to be pretty special.
Yeah, it is. I'm just very proud of our players that this is the group that got to do that, because they're a special group. The way they get along in the locker room, the way they came to practice this week was just very humbling as a coach to see a group of young men do the things that they've done.
You got West next week. What do you know about them right now, and basically where can we attack them, if anywhere?
West is, probably the favorite in 5A right now. You look at their history last 3 or 4 years, they've been in the semifinals. They've just always been 1 or 2 plays away. So it'll be a huge challenge for our program, probably the best team we've played all year. But at the same time, I don't know if they've played a team like us that's thrown the ball. And so hopefully we'll use that to our advantage. And then they run the split back veer. But, we've been repping the veer all week. So it's different formation, but the philosophy is still the same. So we're going to have to, again, play disciplined football up front. And but I know our kids will be up for the challenge, and I know they'll give us everything they got. And we kind of talked about earlier, when you go to the playoffs, your mindset's got to change. Mm-hmm. And I think you saw by tonight's performance that it went well for us Monday through Thursday, and we got to have another week like that next week.
Well, enjoy this one tonight and tomorrow night as we close up the hometown Sears store of La Follette and Bird Screen Printing postgame show, telling you the final score. Campbell County picking up their very first playoff victory in their history tonight by a score of 41-7